call this, we got a couple things to do. First of all, number lines. Number lines. And this is the important part here, tenths. Just a small yet important thing to remember about number line and tenths. Because our decimal system is based on cutting things into 10 pieces, for example, there are 10 dimes in a dollar, and there's 10 pennies in a dime, and all that sort of stuff. In order for you to look at a number line and say how many tenths it is, well, let me give you an example here. See if this makes any sense to you. If I put an arrow right here on this number line, here's 0 and here's 1, and I asked you, sometimes it's easier to explain how things don't work as opposed to how they do. And I asked you how many tenths that arrow was pointing to, you would tell me, I need a brave soul that could tell me how many tenths that is. Jaden, shoot. How many tenths is that?
1/6.
That is not a tenth. A sixth of a tenth? I want a tenth. A decimal, if you will. A fraction that has a 10 on the bottom, that's what I need, because we're splitting it.
1.3.
Huh?
1.3.
Well, it can't be 1.3, because here's 1. 0.3 is what you're saying? 3 tenths, do you think that is? Isabel?
2 tenths.
Isabel says 2 tenths. How'd you come up with that?
If there's 5 lines and 5 is that 10. That's like
Emily?
I was going to say this
Take a shot at it. How about they? You're wasting our time.
it's 1/5. So
That's not a tenth. Now, you all proved my point. Case in point there is, you can, it's really hard, but unless the line's cut into 10 pieces, it's really hard to put it into tenths. Now, somebody was close in the sense that they said this was cut into fifths, but it's not, it's actually cut into 6 pieces. Okay, if you count the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have to know what 1/6 is as a decimal, and that's not very easy to do. So the point is this, in order for you to use tenths on the number line has to be cut into 10 pieces. Okay? It's a little like using your ruler. Okay? You can't tell me how many tenths of an inch something is because your inside isn't cut into tenths. The inside of your ruler is cut into halves, eighths, sixteenths, all that. But on the other side, the metric side of your ruler is cut into tenths, correct? Because there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, 10 centimeters, and all that sort of stuff. So in order for you to be able to use decimals with a number line, you have to cut, each piece has to be cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The only way to use decimals with the number line is if it is cut already into 10 equal pieces. Are you with me, Emily? Because it doesn't look like it. So you put something else over there. So that would mean, now if I asked you this arrow, this is 0, this is 1. What decimal is this right here? Well, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10. That is 8/10. 0.8. Or, I don't know. Does it want fractions? No, I think it wants decimals. Does it want decimals? Yes. You know, what is this one right here, Kate Kunacek? What decimal would this be?
2 tenths.
2/10. Okay, and again, I very much caution you, you count spaces, not lines, because, you know, you could go 1, 2, 3, why isn't that 3/10? No, it's not 3/10, it's only 2 of the 10 pieces away, you count the spaces. What about this? Here's my number line, this is a 6, and this is a 7, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and my decimal, my arrow points right here. What decimal number does this arrow represent pointed at right there? Work with me, work with me. Make it a nice arrow. It would be Brooklyn 6 and how many tenths?
6/3.
Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6.6. Everybody's kind of good with that. You kind of see that. Now you could, here, maybe if you were a mathematical kind of person, if I gave you this, maybe some of you could make this leap though. If I asked you what decimal this is pointing to, Elijah.
0.5 units.
Yeah, well, just 0.5. How'd you know that? Because 0.5 is always half. You know, if you go half. Or this, you probably could figure this out based on money. This is a quarter of that. How much money is a quarter? Actually, you have to write it in hundreds. 0.25. Okay, neither here nor there. Stop. Oh, yeah, you know, okay. Now take out your notes under fractions.